today. Whoa. Be reasonable. So very often we have customers, we have borrowers, we have people get on the phone and they make unreasonable requests of us. We're like, besides a regular mortgage checkup, how could I help you today? And they say like, well, Sundance, I was hoping to get a 0% interest rate. And you think, yeah, right. But here's the thing. They think they need to make unreasonable requests of you, of us, so that we can come back and there's like some kind of negotiation that goes on. So they're unreasonable to begin with. They want us to come back and say like, well, I'll give you a 6%. And they're hoping that the reality is like 3.25%. And most of the time that's the case. So we can draw that out and put it into the sunlight and say, oh, okay, so if this is a negotiation, then I'll start at 6, you come back with 2, I'll go to 4, and we'll end up somewhere around in the high 2s or the low 3s. Deal? Something along those lines. Like, let's just speed through that, and then you can drop a line that says, how about this? How about I promise I will be more than reasonable in our communication, so you don't have to start off somewhere like a 0% interest rate, then we can just get to the facts sooner rather than later. Speaking of facts, can you tell me what kind of mortgage you have on your current loan right now? Is it a 30-year loan or is it a 15-year loan? And you could start the transaction like that. So you could just tell them, like, listen, I'm going to be real with you. Do it in a light-hearted, playful manner. Remember, yesterday we talked about your playful voice. So that way they know that, hey, this is a real person. He's not going to play hardball with me. It's not like a used car salesman kind of a technique deal. So let's just be reasonable with each other. And you can use that word reasonable. And another key word for us is fair. So people understand reasonable. Like, is that reasonable? If I promise to do my very best for you, is it reasonable that I won't give you any false interest rates or false closing costs in exchange for negotiation? I'll just give you what it is. That's more than reasonable, right? And then we drop in that more than reasonable, or what we call sometimes fair plus one. So we want to be fair, and people love that word, fair. I'm going to be fair to you and all my other customers. I promise I'm going to answer the phone call when you call in. Once you're a client of mine, I'm going to expedite that process and give you priority because you're a client of mine. So that's fair. And then the plus one comes in. So people love to get a little bonus. That's why you see these like, add on today. And if you order today, you get a special bonus. Like, people love that plus one. So they love to be fair. That's a sense of like equality. Like, you're treating me as good as everybody else, but they want to treat it a little bit better sometimes. So that's that plus one. And that's when you tell them the interest rate, but then you tell them like, hey, and we're also going to enroll you in our Customer for Life program. And today, this is the part of the conversation where normally I would have to request a deposit from you, but because you're a past customer and we're doing a streamline or URL, I don't have to do that. So it's fair, and then it's plus one. So it's a little bit extra. I would normally have to do that. That would be the fair thing. I would have to collect a deposit, but since you're a past client and we're doing this type of loan, we don't have to. That's the plus one. So it's all about perception, and perception is reality. So go ahead, be reasonable. Let's like level set, and then exceed their expectations by telling them this is what it would be, but this is what you get. So you're a little special. And then we have earned the right to ask for the business because we've been reasonable, we've been more than fair, in fact, and so now is the point in the conversation when you've earned that business. You've not only achieved their goals, but you have surpassed them in ways that they didn't even know were possible. And then that gives you full right, full legitimacy to say, listen, I've been doing this a long time. I can tell you that this is the loan that's going to save you quite a bit, and it's the right one for you and your family. Will you trust me to do your loan today? Are you near a computer? Let's sign some documents. Let's go ahead and start this process today. I think it's safe to say we accomplished all of your goals, didn't we? We can ask for the business because we have met their goals and exceeded